Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
it's
Joe.
the Oblivion
We're
Show.
back.
Welcome
Once
to
again.
the Oblivion Show. I'm JOAT, and this is...
Monsieur Dolphin.
How's it going, Greg?
Yeah, man.
Fucking
How you doing?
gangster. I'm doing great, man. Yeah, it's warm. I'm feeling good.
Dude, I am
can't complain.
melting.
Yeah, it's
Look at
fucking
this.
hot.
Can I show you this? This is the temperature in my room right now. Can you see this?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why I had the air conditioning guy come around before. He's gonna like install some. Yeah, it's warm, dude. I've got the windows open. I've got fans blowing, but yeah, it gets hot up here because I'm up in the attic. So, but yeah, good, man. So what's new? What's new?
Just been mainly working on this GOR'S release thing that's going on at the moment, which is one of the reasons why we're here today.
Is it going well?
Yeah, it's going good. It's all going really good. I'm looking forward to
pretty vinyl.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to get into it in a bit and play the tracks for the first time online. That's going to be cool. I've been working on lots of other projects and things and stuff and secret things. Secret things.
Secret things are going.
Yeah, so really good. What about you?
What has been happening? I had the Thunderdome release. I did the Deathchant XXL party, which was really fun in that new club in the new Baruch.
That was fun.
It was really fun, and that club was really nice, like brand new, purpose-built club, all soundproofed and everything. The sound was really solid when we walked in there, so that was really nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it over there as well.
Old school things over in the UK. Spent some time over there. Music, melting, summer, work, all the good stuff. Travel, sorting out plans for maybe doing a little tour later in the year.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
I went to the UK as well, man. I really enjoyed it. I did a couple of weeks. It was really nice. Got the weather as well, so pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I
cool.
realized how Dutch I've become when I was like, went over to the UK and I was like, there's no one on bikes anywhere. Like nowhere. I was like, where are the cyclists?
Everyone's
like,
on e-scooters.
Yeah.
With knives.
Yeah, there's more and more cars, less and less bikes, and all the roads are blocked. Like when I went up to my mum's, it takes like half an hour just to drive like 10 minutes down the street now because all the roads are blocked.
Yeah,
and the roads aren't getting any wider.
Everybody's vaping. Like everybody's got a fucking vape in their hand in the UK. Good Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, Manchester. Ridiculous. When I went to Manchester, it's a land of lip filler and vapes now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still love it. It's still my old hometown, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, that's enough about me and you. We've got a lovely guest. Let's get him in here. So, hold on a minute. He's not. Oh, he's there.
Good timing.
GOR'S! What's good, bro?
Hey.
Hello,
the
guys.
man, the myth, the legend.
Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good, very good. It's not that hot here as it is in UK or in Belgium.
Yeah, good for you.
Jealous. If you want to swap, you can have my 35 degrees
never,
in the studio.
Never.
Okay.
I mean, I like hot, but when I'm, somewhere in Spain on the beach, but not.
I'm not getting a suntan right now. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, apologies, by the way, if someone's got background noise from my airco because that's blasting out. I put noise suppression on, but I don't know if it's working or not. So
no, it's
sorry
good.
if it's annoying.
It's working well.
All right, sound. Let's say some hellos in the chat. Who have we got here? Red Flag, Drastic, Arcade Trauma, Hardcore for Life, Shattermouth, Audio, JOAT, Rupture. Hey, Vinny. What? Curly.
Renee.
Roll Renee. I hope your legs I'm not going to say good because it's definitely not good. He's fucked his leg up, hasn't he? Coming back from a Jungle Syndicate, he's slipped and fucked his knee up or something. Sending our love, Renee, bro. Big up. Hope you're going to get well soon. Vonda, Demanufacturer's in the chat. Andrew Butterfist. Gurdinator. The Real Gatsby. Arcade Trauma. Stefo, nice name. GPK. Lars. Militos Clan, Needles in the Night, hey, what's up? Xanzan, a fuckload of people. Good. And you're getting some solid advice for keep your windows open at night and closed in the day, Greg. That's the trick to you.
Well, that only works
sorting your thermals out.
That only works if it's cooler inside than it is outside, or whatever. But anyway, it's hotter inside than it is outside. So if I open my windows, it actually cools down, even though it's 32 degrees outside and 35 inside.
Okay.
Mental.
Science.
Yeah. Science. Gade System Rene says his kneecap got dislocated when he got up from the toilet at work, and I deserve it. Fucking hell, you've been a bit rough on yourself there, Rene. Probably something to come down from the weekend.
Mike Technoist dislocated his knee in his sleep once, if I remember correctly. Like had a I think a twitch or something like that, and like literally popped his knee while he was in the middle of the night and was screaming.
Mike, I love you, but I did nearly spit my fucking drink out there. Oh, fucking hell.
And I twisted my ankle like a motherfucker after Harmony Hardcore on Saturday. Oh, that's another thing I did. Harmony Hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
As I was walking out the Portaloo, which had a huge drop onto the floor, I decided to just throw myself on the floor and twist my ankle, and now I can't walk properly. So, yeah, Renee, if you want to get together and share winged leg.
I'm not sure it's the same kind of get together that Rene likes. You know what he likes. You know what
we remember those.
Yeah, those men only meetups in the woods at festivals. That's what Rene likes. Each to their own nobody.
He'll be starting more rumours. He doesn't.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Welcome to everybody in the chat. If you can drop a like on the stream, that's really useful. If you can share it, even better, that would be great. And if you haven't, then subscribe and ring the bell and all that bullshit that we have to do around here. Okay, first up on the show, we've got the New Blood. For those people who are new here, the New Blood is a section where we listen to submissions from our community and anybody else. We give some feedback on them, and we listen to the feedback from people in the chat. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This is Cytosine with Manipulated Thoughts. Let's go.
If you look around you, you will see people's lives and thoughts on autopilot. Now you tell me why someone else is dictating your life and thoughts. Why are your thoughts being manipulated? Manipulated thoughts. If you look around you, you will see people's lives and thoughts on autopilot. Now you tell me why someone else is dictating your life and thoughts. Why? Why are your thoughts being manipulated by external variables? What does it take to change those thoughts? What does it take?
I really enjoyed that. That was really nice.
Nice track. Really nice.
Yeah, indeed. A little bit about the artist. I haven't got a link, but good evening, guys. Cytosine from Breda. Sorry, here again. Breda. The inspiration from this blend comes from a lot of different genres of music, from the prodigy to doom metal to darkcore and industrial. It's one of those projects where I like to jump in now and then, and with the new producing tricks I learn every day, it has all come to this. I like to put dark cinematic vibes and emotions in my tracks, with moments where the music hits you as a soft pillow and the next moment the pillow turned out to be a brick. Curious what you guys think of it. Cheers and enjoy. Danny, I thought that was really nice, and I liked the mix as well. It was solid. So, what did you think, Igor?
Yeah, the whole track is really solid, and I really like the atmosphere. This is one of those tracks when I would take a little glass of whiskey and just listen to it at home, maybe not at party.
Yeah.
But I was always into this kind of a stuff, like very atmospheric, especially when I choose music to listen to. So very well produced, nice switches between break beats. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Yeah. Big up.
Yeah, big up, man. Greg?
Same. I mean, really nice atmospheres, nice, vocals, synths and stuff. I would have personally liked to see it maybe like switch a bit more in the second half. Like see something a little bit different. I think maybe from production-wise, some of the breakbeats could have been a bit louder, especially the ones on the turnarounds. And I think the snare could have probably done with a little bit more space and a bit more of a snap on it, because it was kind of like just kind of drowning in all the bass and the kicks and stuff like that. Maybe just clear a bit more space for it, a bit more snap, and then maybe a little bit more volume, just to make it kind of like really stand out when you're playing around with kind of kicks and bass that loud, and then the kind of snare in the middle. You've really got to make a little bit of, like I say, bit of space for it, really, just to snap a bit more. Otherwise, it's just in that big mess of mids. So yeah, I think just the mix was really close though. Really close to being done. There's just a few little bits it needs to give it a bit more transient and stuff like that. But other than that, I really liked it. I thought it was a really good track.
Yeah. Good shit. Some comments in the chat. I've got a new chat overlay thing, so let's see if it works. Yes, it does. Shattermouth Audio, JOAT saying a really cool atmosphere and crunchy drums. D-Manufacturer saying the only nitpick I'd have is that the harmony plays the same two chords over and over. It sounds very pretty but samey after a while. Vienna Lucas, awesome track. Don't know if there's a 4/4 drop later on, because it would definitely fit.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a consensus there about, kind of just switching it up in the second half, really. I think would just some variation would make it even more interesting. It's already got a great basis. I think just, see where you can go with it.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, this is not the thing that the producer wanted to get, He just wanted to have like a very atmospheric track that, just flow, and
sure. Yeah.
I think that this was his idea for this track. Obviously, if there would be like a, proper bassy, crossbeat drop there, the track would change completely for something different.
Yeah, sure.
But I would keep it like it is. This is my opinion.
Sure.
Yep. Alex is in the chat from Survival. Hey, Alex, buddy. I hope you're doing good, man. He said that was truly beautiful. Wowzers. So...
Danny's just popped in the chat and he's like, yeah, the second half has got a 4/4 drop.
Has he just said that in the chat? Oh, there we go. Nice one, Danny. Everyone's happy now. Life is complete. Okay, let's move on. Next up, we've got a track from Piecemaker called Error and Darkness. Let's do it.
manipulation, error, and darkness.
All right. A little bit about the producer. Hi, my name is Johan, and I'm a hardcore industrial producer and DJ from Sweden. At the moment, I'm working on a couple of new tracks in different tempos, and I'm looking for some feedback on one of them. My submitted track is a 160 BPM industrial thing called Error and Darkness, inspired by old school horror, industrial hardcore, and millennium hardcore. If you like what you hear, be sure to check out my latest releases on Prototype Records and Crusaders. All right. I like that a lot. Had good drive, good energy.
Exactly. Good drive, good energy. I'm not a big fan of screeches, so I would maybe put less screeches to this track and try to find another sounds. But this is the matter of taste.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this thing is the only one that I would remove maybe from track a bit. But the rest was all right, yeah. Like a good dance floor track, I would say.
Yeah. Greg?
Yeah. I mean, all the kids love screeches nowadays, right? It's
yeah.
and actually,
always was like that, I think.
yeah. Well, they. I mean, they're very much back in vogue, aren't they? Over the last few years.
True.
But it was a nice kind of like screech pattern. It's kind of like it kind of reminded me of like the very old, like mid '90s kind of gabbery screechy patterns like that. Yeah, and I really liked. There was a kind of like the first drop. Not the first breakdown, I should say, had like a load of really nice old 8-bit sounds. It sounded kind of almost like Amiga-y. It was like a kind of old like Amiga style bass in there kind of thing. And I really like that kind of that nod back to the really, mid 90s Octamed kind of style hardcore.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kicks were cool. They had nice groove. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of, go well in that kind of like 160 space. But kind of, getting the dance floor moving with kind of, it's kind of fun, groovy, industrial. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Some feedback.
Kick drums are a bit over compressed at some moments also, but this is just, he has to tweak a bit more maybe on kick drums to get a more punch.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Somebody in the chat said that the mix might be a bit low end focused and the leads need to pop through a little bit more. I think that's a fair comment. Could be a little bit brighter. Rupture saying the main screech is a tad too jumpy for my taste, but a sick track otherwise. Nice switches and room for the sounds. Yep. Nanostorm. Hey, Nanostorm. Didn't say hello yet. What's good?
Hey, Derek.
Very well put together and entertaining.
Hello.
Also, really enjoyed the background sounds floating around. Jay saying a really hard house vibe with those screeches. Really liking it. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Yeah. It was cool.
Okay.
I liked
Cool
it.
track, yeah.
Yeah, fucking good work, bro. Nice one. Next up, we've got Warklo with Chèvre Niouze, which I've probably murdered the name of. Goodbye. All right. A little bit about the producer. Stop this. Okay. Warklo. France Southwest, 41 dad. Discovered Thunderdome in 96. First rave in 2001. Manu Lemarlin was the guest. Then organised hardcore drum and bass free parties for 12 years, but still in love with distorting sounds, mangling beats and bleeps, and making noises for the oh my god, my French is awful.
Are you reading French?
No, I'm not actually. I'm fucking struggling. Anyway, started the track as a kick in the balls to the bullshit news far-right French TV channel who went to interview a delusional yokel accusing ravers of drugging his goat during the 1st of May French Technical. Enjoy.
Is that the title? Does the title mean goat news? Is that literally what it means?
Oh, maybe. The track has been finished and re-edited to fit the show.
Awesome.
Okay. Right, what did you think, Mr. Igor?
Sounds like a nice bridge between hard techno and industrial hardcore. That's my first impression. The only thing that I miss in this track is something catchy, like one element that I could, stick to, and maybe some vocal sample, I don't know, maybe some screeches.
Controversial.
Oh yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I really like the atmosphere, but I missed something inside the track. You know, maybe some little elements, catchy elements.
Yeah, it felt like it could be that because this is a 3-minute clip. It feels like it could be like a 7-minute track that's a journey, and it's very subtle variations, and we're only getting like a bit of it, right? But yeah, I felt like it needed something to spice up the story a little bit, or a bit of character that was missing there. But that could be what he's going for, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Greg?
Yeah, I mean, it felt to me like it would be something I would hear in one of Manu's sets, like when he's playing in the basement of the hotel after Astropolis on the Sunday night or whatever, and he's just in that zone, and you're dark and you're just grinding away for hours. It's that kind of like it's like a piece of the puzzle that Manu puts together, and I think it kind of like it fits into that vibe, you know, those kind of long, dark sets and stuff where you just kind of head down in the zone. So I really liked it. I think it was like as a you know, as a kind of mix piece for a larger kind of story or a larger kind of set. I think you could find a very good place for it. But I kind of get what he was trying to do. It was a kind of like, you know, maybe a big like kind of fuck you, a bit more kind of free party, squat party.
Yeah.
Like say head down, hats down, hoods up or whatever, and just kind of, you know, get your groove on. But yeah, I liked it. I like the real dark atmosphere to it.
Yeah, indeed. I've got a little bit of feedback from the chat. Drastic saying it sounds a bit like old Seizure tracks. I understand what you're saying. Lucas, hey Lucas, by the way, I didn't say hello yet. I kind of miss a background melody, otherwise it has a great drive. Jay saying overall a nice, well-made sounding track, but it's missing something. I feel something to give it character. Again, that was what we said before, so I think that's a common feedback here. Shattermouth, JOAT, it's got loads of cool elements, so it needs to be heard on a big technical wall. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Agree. Rupture saying not a fan of the spacey riser effects, kind of breaks the atmosphere. The rest is all gritty warehouse at 4 a.m, which is definitely a good thing. Yeah. Sai saying shout out to the drunken goat. Yeah, big up. Some constructive feedback here from D Manufacturer. The compression on the kick seems a bit off. The tail is quite loud and boomy when it has the time to be heard at the end of the bars. I love the distorted hi-hats. It adds to the drive. Okay, I think there's some solid feedbacks in there. Good stuff, Warklo. Nice to see you here again. Nice to hear you here again. I know we look forward to hearing you again soon. Next up, we have got JOAT with Feral Atoms. Let's go. Right, a little bit about the artist. My name is Jack, aka Tempor, aka JOAT, Jack of all trades. That's what that stands for. Based in
not
Newport.
the jackiest of all time.
Based in Newport now, but I used to live in Bristol. I gravitate towards crossbreed, hardcore, breakcore, hard drum and bass flavors. About 10 years ago, I used to make silly jungle breakcore tech stuff under the alias Tempor, but after a long hiatus, I've now got space to make weird noises again, and I'm relearning the tools and launching a new project. Jack of all trades. Feral Atoms is the first thing I've taken this far out of the new stuff, but I have a few things that I'm working on for the project. I appreciate what you guys do with the show, and I'm always learning from the discussions, so big up yourselves. Well, big up to you, Jack, lad. Cheers, man. Respect. What do we think of that, guys? I felt like it lacked a bit of beef.
Yes.
It felt like it was dancing around the point a little bit. There was some very interesting, like, characteristics to it. It was fun. It was playful, right? But it felt like it needed more grunt when the kicks came in. It was. I felt like it was messing about a little bit. Like, not messing about. I'm not trying to be rude, but I felt like it needed more beef. What do you guys think?
Definitely, the track needs more energy, more power, especially in the 4-4 parts. Like you said, needs more beef, needs more anger, needs more distortion. I really enjoyed the drum and bass parts. Let's say drum and bass, the breakbeat parts, but the drop missed something. Energy. There's no energy. I was waiting for the moment when big kick drums will come, but it never happened. So structure is really nice. But I would work on energy in this track, especially kick drums.
Yeah, and I think part of it was that the tail was the tail of the kick lost all its power. So it was almost like half a kick, like it was a pre-drop kick. And then there was too many pre-drops. That was like, when's the kick coming? And when the kick came, it felt like a pre-drop kick, and I was like, where's the main kick? And then it didn't come. So you got to kind of, I guess, set expectations in the right kind of way and go, this is what to expect. It's going to build. It's going to get bigger, but that's got to pay off as well. And there was a slightly heavier kick later on, but it didn't have enough power, enough RMS, enough kind of like mids and highs to really give it the drive that it needed. Some really cool, interesting ideas and patterns and stuff in there. He's not far off. He's got loads of cool ideas. He just needs to learn how to kind of harness it and give it some real drive. Yeah,
if we look into what he said here, that he used to make jungly breakcore tech stuff, right? And now he's going into industrial or crossbreedy stuff. I guess you can hear that in there. There's a little bit too much respect in the mix and not pushing the kick too hard in the mix for what we would expect, right? It's the balance is too balanced, too safe. Like, so get a bit more aggressive with your kicks. I think that's the takeaway here. Really give it some shit.
Just again, we always talk about A to B and stuff, or just listen to what other people are doing, what tracks you like that have real energy, and try and study them, understand what gives it that drive, and how that how that compares to yours and stuff like that, where the gaps are. It'll help you learn quick.
Sometimes less is more, especially if we talk about the drops in a track. So I think he should remove some elements in his drops also, especially in 4-4 parts.
Yeah. I mean, just try and get your kicks to talk on their own and see what that sounds like.
Yeah,
and that'll kind of tell you if you need to really fill out your spectrum a lot more.
Yeah.
Really interesting though. I think he submitted before.
Really interesting stuff in there. Some definitely some non-standard, interesting kind of patterns and stuff like that. I enjoyed definitely.
He submitted before, and there's, I think, Jay saying here that there was a big jump in the production value. So
he just posted in the chat as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, take our criticism in the best possible way, dude. We're just trying to help, and we would love to hear what you do next.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. It's just, you know, it's part of a journey, isn't it? It's just part of us. You know, we're all just learning how to work this stuff.
Yep, indeed. All right, nice one. Moving on, we have got Grim with Bloodshed. Let's fucking go. Yo, what the fuck, man? That was brilliant. I loved it. A little bit about the artist. Oh shit, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm way too excited about that. Grim, here we go. Hi, it's Grim again. still undecided on the name. I think Grim's pretty good, dude. I think we can keep Grim. Still undecided on the name. I'm 19 from Hertfordshire, UK. My submission this time is much shorter as it's a work in progress. I've been honing my skills during my gap year, and I feel like this is something I'm proud enough to share with, even if it's at the drafting stages. Lately, I've been indulging more on the choppage side of dark shep, such as Beaky's Evil Amens and Cartridge's intricately choreographed breaks. Both of their music is insane. As you can probably tell, I've taken some inspiration from them. Anyways, I hope this track is at least more exciting and interested than the track I've submitted a year ago. Thank you for hosting the Oblivion show. You guys rock. It's a pleasure, and thank you for submitting, first of all. The chat absolutely fucking blew up, by the way, when that track was playing. I'll go through some of the comments in a minute. Greg, feedbacks?
Loved it. Loved it. Super chops, really nice chops. The only thing I think it needs, and like you said, it's a kind of draft, it's work in progress. What it needs is a hook, right? It needs something where you go, it's that track, right? Mm-hmm. And what I would say to Mr. Grim is go and have a listen to some old Skull Step sets, right? Mm-hmm. Go and have a listen to like Geen at Jungle Syndicate from about 2005 or something like that. Listen to that set, right? And you'll listen, it's like that whole set is like a mosh pit and a non-stop mosh pit, and all of the tracks, there's like you could play it like anywhere in that mix, and you would go, I know what that track is because it's got that one little thing that makes it special.
Yeah,
whether it's a snare or a kind of like a little kind of plonk noise or whatever it is, but something that makes it like that's that track or that vocal sample or whatever it is.
Something like old Evil Intent would be good as well, like those kind of samples. You're like, that's Evil, like yeah.
That kind of stuff, right? Because I think he's got the skills. The breaks were awesome. I was really enjoying the chops where it was going. It just needs that one thing to make it go. That's that one.
Yeah,
I think that's my opinion. But I mean, he's got the vibes. He's got the chops. And I'd love to hear it when it's finished. I think it's got great potential.
Definitely, Mr. Igor.
Rock and roll. This track is just great. I really enjoyed it. Reminds me about old SPL stuff, and actually reminds me about the best times in drum and bass for me. So I really enjoyed it. And exactly the thing that Greg said, it just missed some little hook that someone can say, okay, I remember this track and I want to hear it again. And that's it. But generally, it's an amazing work. I really loved it. Yeah.
So get it finished and get sampling. That's what we want. Get it.
Yeah, just find that little bit of magic, right? And it can be the smallest thing. It can be just like a little noise where you go, that just pops up every now and again. You go, it's that one. But like I say, listen through a couple of old Skull Step sets that where they're just fire tunes, and you'll go, oh, that's where it needs to go. Or that's what I need. And it could be the smallest thing, but it'll make all the difference.
Quick flick through the chat. I'm trying to speed run a little bit. Sice at 909 saying, would Insta buy this? John Pert, hey John, by the way, something you would hear in the Technoist set. Butterfist totally. Saying, those Dave Akuma breaks sound really nice. Even Spore wasn't this dirty back then. Oh my God. Like it just everybody just basically collectively spunked their load in the chat while that was playing. So say less, right? Good job, buddy. Please get it finished.
Shout out to Dan Dormouse in the chat.
Hey Dan, what's good, man? Dan says it's usually a fart sound. Am I right? Yes, indeed.
Damn
Dan.
right, brother. Damn
I hope
right.
Hope you're good, bro. Nice to see you there. All right, let's go. Next up, we have got What with Holden. Let's go. All right, a little bit about the artist. This is What. Hi there, I'm back again with another tune for y'all. I'm What, a freshly 20-year-old music producer from. There's a lot of younger people on recently. That's nice to see, by the way. Yeah, 20-year-old music producer from Southeast Arizona that specializes in hardcore and breakcore music. Super excited to see Igor on the show as he's one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to making music and hard-hitting kicks. I've been waiting for this particular EP to come out for over a year now, so I'm really glad to see it's finally getting a release. I hope you like what you heard, and I would gladly appreciate any feedback from y'all, especially the GOAT. Much love from Arizona. Can't wait for the EP to come out, and love emoji. Big up, man. Right, let's go straight to the GOAT himself.
I really enjoyed the beginning of the track. Sounded like old school hardcore. Like, you know, I felt like at some warehouse somewhere in Detroit in the 90s.
Yeah.
And the drop, okay, I really like the drop also because there were some heavy kick drums, but maybe I would add some more changes in the drop part when the hard kick comes, and maybe would remove some element just to make it more simple at some moments. But yeah, the atmosphere is nice. I really also really enjoyed the second part. There was like there is a sound like I don't know, some distorted guitar, whatever. It sounds like drunk Jimi Hendrix, you know, plays on his guitar. So this part was also nice. But then when the kick comes to this, I would say guitar, I felt like not all the sounds fit to this particular atmosphere, sound of the guitar or whatever, distorted something. So I would work more on this part, definitely. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun track with a lot going on. Some nice little switch ups. For me, it felt like the kick and the tail needed to be glued together a little bit better. That like it felt very obvious. It was like a kind of very like a synth sound with a kind of punch.
Agreed.
Right, rather than. Yeah, and so yeah, maybe it's just a way to kind of glue the kick bus together a bit better, or just kind of find maybe a little distortion or saturation you could run over the whole thing where it would kind of glue it together a little bit better. But I liked all the different kind of kick switch ups and the kind of, there was a lot going on there, and like you say, sometimes maybe a little less is actually a better thing.
Yeah.
Because when he's got lots of interesting ideas, and at some point you think, I've got to throw them all in together at the same time and let's go. But sometimes you just got to pull back on that and find the right time and the right place for each element, I think.
It reminded me of old Delta 9 stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. It was cool. And shout out to, kind of US hardcore and especially, I mean, Bob, we had a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old. I mean, yeah, you get three of them, they'll still be younger than me.
Fucking hell. That brings a whole new meaning to the joke, Adam together, right? Fucking hell. Wow. Okay. I'm going to keep it moving.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
There's some good feedback in. Go on.
Props on the release as well. Well done. I mean, well done for getting it released.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Yeah.
Keep working, indeed. Next up, we've got Veeglix, which is Felix with the voices in my head. Let's go. about the artist. Hi guys, I hope you are good. I'm Veeglix, 28 years old from the Netherlands. I've been producing for a few years now as a hobby and in my free time. I'm mostly producing industrial hardcore techno, but also really enjoy making drum and bass and other bass heavy music. For this track, I was inspired to make a DJ producer type track, like Take Over the World, with a long intro which keeps building in energy. I've been struggling with the structure of the song a lot, going through several iterations. I feel the intro is a bit too busy, and initially don't want to put it. And initially, I don't want to put in a breakdown, but I felt that after the ARP, it needed one. I hope you guys can push me in the right direction for this one. I'm going to go straight to Greg because it feels like there's a, as well as a DJ producer influence, it sounds like there's a real Dolphin kind of vibe going through this one. I think you'd be good position to give some critical feedback.
I definitely got the Luke vibe before you even said that. I was like, this feels like very inspired by kind of Luke's style. The drums felt a little rigid. I think, when you listen to Luke's stuff, it's got a bit of a looser funk in it. Maybe that the snares are a bit looser. There's like kind of a break going over it that isn't quite tight on the quantize, right? And you kind of keep that kind of little bit of looseness to it that gives it a kind of that UK hardcore feel sometimes, right? If everything's a bit too locked on the grid, you get this kind of a bit more rigid kind of feel to the groove and stuff. And you've got to kind of let that loose a little bit looser. There was some really nice synths that came in and out, but they came in and out a little bit too abruptly in places. It was like here's 16 with this kind of synth, and then it's a different 16, but they didn't seem to have the cohesion of like kind of sounds or something that kind of like tied a thread through the each different 16 or 32 section and stuff. For me, I think it just needed a little bit something that kept it a little bit kind of that kept the transitions a bit smoother, but like kind of loosened the brakes a little bit, so it kind of like had a little bit more of a groove to it rather than being a bit rigid. But I like the track. Some nice ideas in it. You can see where he's trying to go. But yeah, it's just a kind of like, for me, it's like sometimes you get to that point, you just think, I need some more layers here. And then you add some of these things, you take away a few things, try and work out what sits well. But sometimes you need something that will work over the whole thing, whether it's, can be just like a very basic synth or a string or something like that, that'll hold, that you can use to sit between different sections, right? That gives it that consistency.
Yeah.
Igor, what do you think?
There's not much to add from my side. You said almost everything, but I would put less reverb on snare drums because it kills a bit the rest when the drop comes. Reminds me about old UK hardcore a bit. About those good times when there was like some. Still, there is a lot of good releases from Deathchant records, but those times when Deathchant was like something very fresh and new. There's nothing much to add from my side. I really like this hypnotic atmosphere that goes through the track, and I really enjoyed a breakdown in this track. It was something really, really cool. So yeah.
One thing that twigged me a little bit was when the breakdown started and there was a really high noise, and it turns out it was the vocal sample, which I learned a little bit later, but it was very abrupt and it just came in after like this kind of dreamy section where we'd been like floating along, and then this like sample, it kind of ruined the vibe for me immediately.
There were a few things where things just kind of started and stopped a bit too abruptly, and it's like, but you've got to think about how do you, like I say, find that consistency. How do you get from one section to another without kind of feeling like it's pulling you out of the track or something? So you just stay in that, especially with a track like that, where you want to kind of like, you just vibe on it, right? You want to float along across the track. So you need to think about those kind of transitions and how you smoothly move from one piece to another.
He tried to I mean, the title fits to the track very much. This voice is in my head, right? So it's more like a story, I think.
Yeah.
Than just a regular track, you know.
Yeah. Keep going, bro. It's coming.
Yeah, I really liked it.
It's coming. Right, I'm going to do one more. We're on a tight schedule today. Arcade Trauma, The Forgotten Shore. Let's go.
Just relax and enjoy it. It'll soon go away. But for now...
Can you dig it? Let's go!
Oh, I feel like Jay's done him a bit dirty there.
There was a
Editing it
nice
out before
drop.
the kick drums. I know. That was not my fade. Jay, you've done him dirty there, boy. Oh, anyway. Arcade Trauma about the artist. Let's do that.
Tell us he's 12 years old or something.
No. Arcade Trauma, breakcore hardcore produced from the northwest of England, based in Liverpool. I'm mainly inspired by the hardcore style of breakcore, pioneered by amazing artists such as Rotator, Breakforce One, Technoist, and many more. I base my sound around these types of sound a lot. For my main releases, I recommend my latest split with Nagasaki, Fractured Protocol, as well as my Claw Cuts EP and my album I Like Breakcore. You can also expect some new fun releases, including a split with Cervix, which will be on Death by Sheep, a solo vinyl release on Phantom Records, and a vinyl split with hardcore legend DJIPE on his new label Deathmatch Records.
Shout out to Addy.
I haven't heard Addy for a while, man. What's good, bro?
Dudes. Shout out, bro.
I actively run a night in Liverpool called Core Wars with my friend Kielce. Kielce, where our mission is to bring more core to Liverpool. Good. I've also recently played in America, Philadelphia with Xenopticon, Jason Forrest, and Blurg.
Whoa, shout out to Blurg as well. Wow, there's some people I haven't seen
Blast
for a
from the
while.
past, yeah. I also
Yeah,
played
man.
with Schizophrenic in Hungary. I'm actively DJing vinyl as I get better each day with practice, and I hope to play more vinyl sets soon. Feel free to cut any of the fat from this as you deem necessary from the show. Oh, you write that at the end after I've just said it all.
Come and have a look what you could have won.
Yeah, exactly. Right, what are we saying on that one then, boys?
It was fun, man. It was fun. It was like loads of cool break chops and stuff. It was, I mean, the little piano motif was. I mean, it was when I first heard it, it's the first few notes of when the Saints
go marching
right?
in,
It was like, when the Saints, do-do-do-do. And I was like, that's the wait for the next bit.
The chat got it.
Did they?
Yeah, straight away.
Right. Yeah, it was a very kind of strong solo motif, right? So, and there was nothing that backed it up whatsoever. There was nothing that kind of sat alongside it. There was no kind of string or anything that kind of like went with it. And then the bass came in, and it almost like felt like they were two very different parts of a thing that didn't really live together.
Yeah.
It sounded like some very weird tuning issues as well, like with some, it felt there were some bass notes that were very out of key with the piano key as well, but it was kind of like the breaks made it fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's
right.
It's breakcore, right? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, and it's just like a kind of like a big kind of over reverbed piano line that's simple, and there's something quite interesting about that. But it does, you know, it was loud, it was noisy, it was kind of fun, it was weird, it was like all the things a breakcore should be. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think he didn't really want to make something very, very serious. So I really like
sure.
I really like this silly soft piano part that goes with those crazy breakcore breakbeats. And there was a nice 4/4 drop.
It was really nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Thanks, Jay, for ruining the fucking show.
Yeah, you should go for this 4/4 drop earlier in this track, you know? Would be great, I think.
Yeah.
Nice,
Maybe we should
nice.
get Jay on as a guest. We'll interview him and then just cut him out like a minute into it when we start talking.
So yeah, nice track, but you know, that's it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I enjoyed it. So,
Cool.
people in the chat enjoyed it. D-Manufacturer saying this track has space for cool pads and arps, but the synth isn't doing much, so it feels kind of empty. They could do with do something like the previous track. Yeah, would suit nicely, I think. Agree. Someone Butterfish saying it's going for a bit of a Lion Girl vibe with the piano. I thought, yeah, I hear that now you say it. Yeah, indeed. It sounded like the ice cream man had dropped acid. Okay, well, that's a good comment. So finish the section on. All right, that is it for the new blood. I'm sorry to a few people because I was going to play more today, but we are on a tight deadline, right? So I want to apologise to Cementi. I want to apologise to Shenan Sutzferker, which I can never pronounce.
Were you talking?
No, it was German, right? I want to apologise to 161 and Rupture and Samar and Rene. If we get a chance, I'm going to play your thing at the end, guys. A lot of you were in the last show, or you featured heavily. I had to kill some people from the playlist and give people space to breathe. So sorry. Please submit again next time. Next show is CAT Scan, by the way, everybody. Big reveal. So get your tunes in again because there'll be space for the next one. Okay, apologies. Right, next up we're going to have a quick break. I'm going to talk about the Oblivion show and the memberships. I'm going to allow these gentlemen to go and have a toilet break and come back in 5 minutes and then we're going to go through your stuff. Okay, so I'm not sure if anybody's aware, but the Oblivion Underground channel has a membership scheme. And if I can find my window, I'm going to talk about it. Yes. So, first of all, the Oblivion show will always be free for everybody to watch and get involved in. But if you want to get a little bit more involved and help us with covering some of our costs for like Zoom and sending equipment to guests and facilitating guests and all this, the costs that are associated with running a show like this, then you can do a little bit to contribute if you want. You can do that by heading over to the YouTube page, clicking on join, put a link in the chat, and you can join in different tiers. So we have the first tier, which is $1.99 a month. It gives you the badges next to your name in the live chat to show how long you've been a member. As you can see from some of the people in the chat, we've got people who are quite high on this, not quite to the end yet, but this is like the ultimate Uber member, if you like, this gold badge here. And then we've got a custom emoji and so on that you can use in the chat. You get a permanent 5% discount at oblivionunderground.com. Shout out to community access and Discord member ranks. We've also got a tier 2, which is got all of the things for tier 1, but you get Oblivion Underground digital releases for free when we do them. We send them out to you. The Igor one will be going out next week. Priority notification for merch drops, like the Igor release, pre-orders, members only live chats. So that's that. And then we've got a tier 3. This is for like God tier members who really want to give something back. This has got all of the things from before, but you get vouchers for Oblivion Underground. You get early access, so you get the promo mail outs at the same time as the DJs for the releases that come out. Entry into competitions, members only stuff, priority reply to comment, etc. You may have noticed there that I was talking about Discord. If you are not aware of what Discord is, motherfucker, straight away Jay's in there, right? Throwing me off. So Discord is like a chat slash forum slash IRC slash whatever area away from social media, where you can go and hang out with people, talk with people, share your music, etc., etc. We got a chit chat area in there. We've got various voice channels. Everybody's spamming the fuck out of it right now. We've got chat specific to do with the show and talking about the show and things around the show. We've got production areas where people are talking about producing, packs that are out, etc. DJing tips. Sometimes we do some gaming. People talk about what games they're playing, graphic design, video design, streaming, and so on. And then there's also these really cool link sharing areas here where, honestly, this is a gold mine. I know I say it every time, but if you like hard electronic music, drum and bass, hardcore, gabba, industrial, speedcore, terror, this is the place to get your links. There's rare that there's something that's missed by our dedicated community. It's really worthwhile. Same for the DJ sets. If I'm ever going to the gym and I want something to listen to, this is the first place I go. Jump in here. There's always a shitload of really sick mixes to listen to in there. Really worth checking out. Live streams, goes without saying what that is. People sharing stuff that's live, go and chat, similar to this kind of format. Movies, memes, events. Yeah, that's a nice event that's just been announced, actually. Alex Survival's Chain Reaction in October. What a wicked lineup that is, eh? Anyway, that's Discord. You're very welcome to join. It's available for everybody. I'm sure my lovely mods will paste in the chat. There you go. Drastic has already pasted in the chat there. Click that link. Get your ass in there. Come and say hello. It's a nice place away from all of the bullshit that is social media. And this picture, that's Lenny D on the right there, by the way. I like that you cropped out Lenny D just to make me look like an absolute twat, whoever that is. Jay, thanks a lot. Anyway, enough about that. Back to the show. Everybody's back. Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hello.
What is that on your head?
It was in a toilet.
It was it was a cat. Jay photoshopped a cat on my head because Jay. Right, so next up on the show, we're going to talk about Mr. Igor. First of all, how are you doing? We did a brief introduction at the start of the show. It's really great to see you again. What have you been doing? What's going on with your life at the moment? How's things going?
Oh, well, there was a lot of ups and downs, but
Yeah?
that is normal. This is nothing new. Everyone have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm finally in a good moment, so I can just, calm down and just produce, and don't think about other things that were going around.
Yeah.
So this is kind of cool moment, and I think it will. I hope it will be like this for longer time.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I've been working on several projects. Also on my new release for Motormouth Records. So there is a one track there should be out quite soon, which is very much into old school gabber vibe, something different from what I did in the past few years.
Yeah.
So yeah, expect unexpected.
Nice.
This is what I can say.
I'll actually send that over. So for those who hang around to the end of the show, we'll give a little tease at the end of the show of that track. Not too much. I'm on very strict instructions from Al Twisted to make sure that if we play some, it can't be ripped, and it's a little bit. So people stick around till the end. We'll do a little bit of that later on. So you said you've been some ups and downs. How has that been for your output, and what if you want to talk about it, that is what kind of ups and downs have we had? Have you been struggling with your motivation for music, or has there been other things that have been stopping you doing that, or what's been the vibe?
A bit of everything, First thing first, I decided to quit my job, regular job, and just focus on music. Then I realized that the scene very much changed during the past 5 years. So I really realized that I have to find another job, and I found it. So luckily, this gives me but a bit different job. So this gives me some space to produce more these days, and to really focus on my stuff also, because before I just didn't have any time and motivation to produce. To be honest, I was a bit annoyed by the whole scene, about the direction that everything went. Industrial hardcore became like not very popular music anymore. So this was the main reason, why I wasn't sure about if I should still do it or not. But my love to music is bigger than anything else, so I just can't live without producing. So this is the reason why I started again.
Wicked. Nice. And so about the Oblivion release, which is one of the reasons why we're here. This has been bubbling for a while now. Actually, I think one of the tracks, I'm just going to bring it up on the screen, Knock You Out. You sent me that, I think, before COVID.
Yes.
But it was only like half a track, right? And I'd been playing it for a while, and we were, waiting, and then there was COVID, and then there was different things going on in your life and my life, and then eventually, and then your PC crashed before you'd finished it. So we had to work out, or you had to work out how to finish it. And then it was like, right, we need some other tracks to go with it. And it's just been like a journey, right? But we got there in the end. So I'm really proud of that. And also the nice thing is that along the way, some newer tracks have been added to it as well. So we've got this kind of a selection of the best of Igor, like old and new within the release. It's like a real bit of everything, and I'm really proud of that. So yeah,
I'm really proud about this release too. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's just pure me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the story is really funny because I remember when I was in Kenya at vacations when you asked me about the release, you know, and I came back from the vacation and I started to make this first track, Knock You Out, and then my PC crashed. Then COVID came, everything was just, you know, messy. So this is also the reason why everything took so long to get this release in my hand, to hold this release in my hands.
There was also problems again with cutting and mastering. Seems to be a really common problem nowadays, and because we didn't have the original tracks, like the original like DAW-based tracks, it was difficult to do things with them, so we had to do some magic with the mastering, and then people don't want to cut it because it's too loud in the highs. And, oh my fucking God. Making records is not easy nowadays. There used to be like people would just cut anything, but nowadays it's fucking difficult. But it's here. Look, it's got my greasy finger marks on it, and it looks glorious. Look, it's got a really nice selective varnish on the sleeve. See that? Look.
Looks just amazing. Yeah.
Finish on the bottom. Let me put my camera on. Yeah, there we go. Excuse my greasy fingerprints, by the way. And it's not just got like a normal insert in there. This is a proper cardboard insert. We really gone for high production on this one. And the record itself here. This glows in the dark. So it's kind of this off-white phosphorus as it is, but then in the dark it glows. And I don't know if I can kill all of the lights to show that. No, I can't kill all the lights.
Doesn't work.
No. Okay, maybe I'll try and kill all the lights in a bit, but trust me, it fucking glows in the dark.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a really, really nice piece. I'll bring up the artwork on the screen here. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And then, so yeah, this is the sleeve. And then it's got this, as I showed before, this selective varnish. That's the different elements that are there. And not only that, we've got like a beautiful, as ever, merchandise bundle with this. So we've got the double-sided full colour t-shirt. All of the design is by Niels van Lingen, by the way, from Mindustries, Ghost in the Machine, Emission. We've got a wicked hoodie. It's got this kind of textured view on the back with this bold rage on the front, which is really, really a sick design. I'm really looking forward to owning a couple of those myself. And yeah, we've got the stickers, the record, all of that kind of stuff. And that's all available now. And it's actually, this bundle's nearly sold out. So if you want to head over to the, I've got too many buttons. If you head over to the Oblivion Underground website, you can grab that. Boom. You can grab that right now. You can get just the record if you want, just the hoodie, just the shirt or the bundle. And then we've obviously got a shitload of other stuff in the store as well if you want it. And if you are going to go and get it, I've just created a discount code on the Oblivion website. So you head over to the Oblivion website now and grab anything you want from the store, not just this bundle, absolutely anything. There's a £4 discount code if you enter the code Oblivion Show at checkout, and that expires on Monday. So if you want to get yourself a discount on anything in the store, head over there and get it, guys. Okay, that is enough product-based sales for now. Really happy with how it's come out. Let's talk about the tracks. So the first track on the release, HID. This is one of the newer tracks, and I really didn't expect this one when you sent it me, actually. It came out of nowhere a little bit, and it's got quite a story to it, shall we say. So should we play it, and then we can talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Igor HID 165 BPMs. Let's go.
Everyone acting so frivolous. Jealousy, I can read it with telepathy. Please don't kill my vibe. Please don't kill my vibe. You making me sick. You making me sick. You making me sick. Damn.
All
Very
right.
cool. Very cool.
So, bro, tell us about the story behind this one.
This is all about my frustration about the hardcore scene these days, actually, you know?
Yeah.
That's why Please Don't Kill My Vibe sample, and that's why Bring That Beat Back. You know, also wanted to combine both worlds that I really love. So acid techno with hard industrial. So that's the reason why second drop is all about acid, actually. Yeah, it's like, you know, I always try to put a lot of emotions in my music, you know, no matter if it's made for dance floor or just to listen to. So yeah, it's all about, you know, my frustration. Hardcore is that. This is the full title of this track.
I didn't know if you were going to say it or not. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
I saw your face. He was like, is he gonna say it or not?
Yeah, I wanted to make the thumbnail say for the track saying "Hardcore is dead" because it was a bit controversial and clickbaity, and I was told I was not allowed to. But yeah.
This is the full title.
Yeah.
So it says a lot, right? So this was my feelings at this time.
And so when we discussed it the other day, you said that you don't feel like that now.
No, because I see some light in the tunnel, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot new young producers. We had some at this show,
Yeah.
So so I think there is still a chance for good industrial hardcore in the future.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Really like it. And the chat really liking it too. Gauge System, Rene, broke character for a minute here. He said, I'm going to go out of character for a second and say that there'll probably never be another Igor. Unbelievable levels of quality.
Thank you, Rene.
Kind words. He must have some good drugs for his bad knee, right? He's a sweetheart, really. And other people saying, very true, really is one of a kind. Demanufacturer, it just keeps going without getting boring. I love that. People, Jade loving the 303. Yeah, awesome track. Fucking wicked. Yeah, everybody's really loving it. So, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
If you want to get it on vinyl, guys, I know a guy who's selling the records. So get over to the website and grab a copy. And digital will be out real soon as well. Next up, we will play. Let's play Super Duper.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
dude. Really good.
Really good.
All right.
Lots of fun. I think it's a really good example of like, especially when when the new blood and stuff, where understanding how tension and release really helps to give a track so much kind of power and kick and stuff. The way you kind of like your intros and the middle breakdown's really nice, and it never lets too much away. You don't fill it with too much space, or you don't give too much away. And then when you get the release, you get the payoff, you get the drop, and it's like you kind of got a feel for the track, but you don't know what to expect. And the drop, and then all of the crazy synths and the fun stuff in the second half, it really kind of gives that feeling of I don't know what's coming next, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be loud, and I think you really do that really, really well. I really, really appreciate that, the kind of balance between the tension and release in the tracks there, especially that one.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Yeah, actually, this is the most important thing in music, to exactly what you said, to find this balance between tension. You should know where to put breakdown and where to put drop and how to do it. But probably Joey asked me, what's the story behind this track?
How did you guess? Have you been watching my interviews?
I'm a wizard.
Yeah. Come on then.
This is supposed to be a romance between Igor and Uptempo, actually.
Okay.
And, the first version of this track was very silly. This track is still a bit silly, but this track's supposed to be a bit silly, a bit dance floor friendly, and supposed to be just like a war of distortion, because I love distortion, as some of you probably know. So yeah, also wanted to combine some a little bit of breakcore elements with uptempo, which was kind of hard for me, but I've in my opinion I found this balance between those two. So yeah, there's no longer story about this track, just supposed to be like a romance between Igor stuff and uptempo, and that's it.
Yeah. And just to go to the fact that you said that it was way more silly before, there was actually, even at the end, there were several versions of this track.
Yes,
we had the mental version, which is the final one that got used, and there was a few different ones with the end was different. With the
exactly.
These but I think this is perfect, and I love, one of the things that I love about your music is not only the tension and the build-ups and things like that. It's this rave energy that you get into your tracks. It's fun without sounding ridiculous. It's like there's an energy to it and it goes so well with the contrast of these big distorted kicks with this like moving tail that makes it feel organic, and this rave element that sits down the middle. It's just like a perfect balance, and I really appreciate that about your music, and this is a great example of that.
Yeah, I really like talking kick drums. I don't like when the kick drums are just too stable, Yeah, I always fight to get this human something thing.
It feels organic, right?
Organic.
It's constantly moving. It's not just like gridded samples. It's like really like wiggling its ass when it's moving. Yeah,
and it's something like in drum and bass, it's the bass, it's the Reese, it's whatever. There's always modulation in something. The moment you have 16 bars where it's just the same thing over and over again, you kind of lose people a bit mentally, because it's like they know what to expect and there's nothing really changing. Just having some modulation in the tail of the kick or whatever like that, like you say, it gives it a little more human feeling, and you kind of like, you feel movement, you feel something's moving, you're going somewhere, right? And when every hit is the same, you kind of lose that. You kind of like become a bit more robotic and rigid. So it's so important, whether that is in your kicks or whether it's in something that floats over the kicks, the hi-hats or whatever, having that movement or something that's going somewhere and changing all the time, I think is really important. It's something that should not be overlooked.
Yep.
Gauge System said in the chat that What it is that Igor approaches his kick drums like neuro producers approach bass lines. It's the opposite.
There you
of
go.
static.
Same, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same shit.
Yeah, I love the neuro drum and bass, so you can hear it in my kick drums also. Yeah. I was always into moving bass lines.
I find it curious that the first track, Hardcore is Dead, was like you having a fucking meltdown about the state of hardcore, which probably something to do with uptempo and the way that the things change. And then the second track is actually you going, well, maybe we'll try that a little bit. It's just like this, there's a little bit of internal turmoil and like stuff.
Actually, this was more or less like this, you know. I was even more like, okay, I'm gonna do my own up-tempo stuff, you know. Just for fun, but obviously, you know, it sounds still like Igor. So
no, I'm not saying it's up tempo, but I just find it very curious and an insight into your internal dialogue that you've like, you're having this thing and trying to deal with it in some way to get it out of your system, you know. So wicked. Next track. This is my favorite track on the release, and also the one that's the oldest from the start of this journey. This is Knock You Out, 210 BPMs of mayhem. Let's go.
But I'm just saying, where do you find that motivation now? If you have forever money, why do you keep doing this?
Because I love it. It's for the love, Ariel. I absolutely love the game. I absolutely love the game.
absolute weapons grade.
This was
Igor.
intense. I forgot about this track.
Every time I hear the second half of it, I'm like, oh, I forgot. Like, I was so used to hearing just the first half. Somebody said in the chat, don't play them for too long. People are going to rip this. It's out soon. Whatever. Like, honestly, who cares? Let people rip it and play it. Whatever. Points to anybody in the chat who can tell me who the voice is in the breakdown, because I love that. I didn't realize
Conor McGregor is a special guest.
Spoiler. Yeah, indeed. So tell us about this one then, because this is the longest legged one in the release.
Yeah, so this track is the one when my PC just burned. Actually, hard drive burned in my PC, so I wasn't able to finish this track normally. But fortunately, I found the second drop of this track is actually the first one, but I did a few changes just to put it as a second drop.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a wave file of it. I found it on my Dropbox. So I combined both to have a full track. So and the story about this track, I just wanted to do some pure mayhem, and that's it. You know, like some people told me, yeah. Some people told me at this time that my newest tracks are a bit too soft for them. So also that's the reason why there's a sample, How You Like Me Now, you know?
Yeah.
Just to show them that I still can do this mayhem, you know, without any problem. So yeah. So this is dedicated to those who thought that I'm not able to do crazy stuff anymore, you know. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wicked, and the chat was loving it. I think Vonda, the manufacturer, was gonna have an aneurysm or something. He was like, "Oh my god, I haven't recovered from the first half yet. Fuck my life. This is ridiculous, Lord." It's just like going on and on. Bless him. Shout out to your 6668 for subscribing. Appreciate it. And Lucas Nekus for your tier 2 memberships. Thanks for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. Nice one. Okay. Then we've got the last track on the release. Let's play this and talk about this afterwards as well. This is Innominate, Shut Your Fucking Mouth, Igor's Full of Hate remix. Let's go.
Sick and tired. Get the fuck out.
short and sweet. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did this one for my Thunderdome show. In I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. And never thought that I'm gonna release it, but then I found it quite a nice track when I played at the parties. So this was also the reason why I chose this one for Oblivion release.
Yeah, it was really an unsurprised, an unexpected bonus for this track to come over, actually, because normally we do records with 2 tracks on, and then we were at the point where you were like, oh, I've got 3, and I was like, oh, awesome, we'll do that. And then you sent this one over as well, and it was like, wow, okay. But first of all, hadn't read or listened to the Innominate name for a little while, because you haven't been doing much stuff with that, so it was nice to see that name again. And a really nice surprise and a really nice track. So the original was never released, right?
It was, but there's a version that is available on Bandcamp, I think.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Or it's down already. I don't know, actually.
Okay.
We are not working with Davey on our project anymore. I mean, maybe one day again, but for now we don't work together on Innominate, so no idea if this track is available or not. I mean, the original one.
Okay. The kick in it is really nice. It's like really got a really nice texture to it. I remember playing this track. It was about a year and a half ago, and there was a girl in the front row. I'll never forget it. When the kick came in, she went, "Oh!" like this, like really loud. But like it was audible. Like, and she embarrassed herself because she was that into how good the kick sounded. And I looked up from the next, like, what just happened? And she was like, "Oh!" Like, and it was. I'll never forget that. It's got that real big, like warm sound to it when it comes through. So it's really like it. Yeah, a great finish.
How's your production changed over the last, let's say, 10 years? Since there's a lot of new synths, a lot of new kind of technology, kind of new weird, interesting ways of doing all sorts of things like side chaining and things like that. Has your kind of root or your kind of core set of VSTs, instruments, effects, have they all stayed the same, or have they progressed? Do you feel like you're doing things in a different way now than you were, say, 10 years ago?
My VSTs and all these synths progressed, but right now I'm in the moment when I'm going back to old, VSTs, because I just realized that sometimes when you have too much new stuff in front of your eyes, you can't get a right sound, because you just tweak, and you have to learn everything again.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in the moment when I back to the roots, I would say. So the synths that I use, like, I don't know, 10 years ago even, and plugins, like very old ones, but they work really, really well. So why should I change them,
Sure, yeah.
So, okay, I would say these days it's like a combination half to half between my old setup and the new setup.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically like this.
Yeah. I know a lot of producers now are doing all their kicks in Serum too, because you've got 3 buses in there now. You can kind of do all the stuff that you had to do when in Serum 1. You had to kind of like layer things and have different kind of like controls over different parts of the track, but you can do all of that in Serum 2 now, because you can the way you can kind of like bust things and control things and then group them back together. So I was just wondering whether you'd kind of gone that way more, or you're kind of have you played around with Serum 2 much? Is that
mostly for sounds, like for screeches
Awesome.
Lovely screeches.
Indeed.
But for kick drums, sometimes I use Serum, but mostly this is still Hydra,
Yeah.
and a few old school synthesizers, you know.
Yeah.
Because they work. So why?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
and you've got your signature sound, right? As soon as someone hears your kick drum, they know it's you, right? And that's the kind of thing I think that every producer wants to get to at some point. They want someone to go out that they recognize your sound. You've kind of worked on something so long, and got your own kind of signature vibe to a tune. And so yeah, well, I mean, why change it if that's what works? Absolutely.
Yeah, this is actually what my mistake at some moment, because I just I was like completely into new VSTs, and my sound changed too much, for people.
Yeah.
So, but it's always ups and downs. Like
totally. It's just trying things out, man.
With music is exactly the same, like in life. So
yeah.
And
there's no problem with that. It's like, try things out, see what works, and if it doesn't, just you've always got a fallback. But at least you're trying.
Sometimes this is just too time consuming, and
I hear you.
I spent like 2 years for nothing, I would say.
Sure.
In music, because I was searching for a new sound, but then I realized that I shouldn't, that I already have my own sound.
That's what you learned from searching from 2 years, is that that kind of gave you the confidence to go back to your old sound, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So. Cool.
Awesome. What a fantastic EP. I'm incredibly proud to be releasing it. You are honestly, like, we have a lot of guests on here, but you are one of my favorite producers of all time. I always play your music in my sets. So for me to be able to release such a formidable EP on Oblivion, it fills me with pride, bro. So thank you so much for that, for trusting me with it.
And I'm proud of of being part of Oblivion. So
thank you, man.
I didn't
always
release
makes a good quality product, doesn't he, Joe? It's like a lot of effort really goes into the design, or there's so much thought behind everything. It's not just like kind of a dirty white label with some scratchy writing on, like we used to get in the 90s. It's the whole package is really well thought out. And so yeah, kudos, Joe, for them. Always putting quality above everything else. I think it's
sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but you got to get it right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I was shocked how important quality for Joe the quality is. I was like, man, this is just hardcore.
No, I've got problems.
Come on, man. This is just distortion.
Yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse, guys, believe you me. Yeah, so, but yeah, thank you, bro, and thank you for coming on the show as well to play through. Somebody's written in the chat, industrial guys are the toughest, yet also the most emotional. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
contrast.
yeah.
What about the contrast?
So we're on a little bit of a tight schedule, so I'm gonna speed run the What's Hot section now. If anybody's got any questions, please put them in the chat, because if we've got 5 minutes at the end, we're going to blast through some questions. We are going to try and finish this show in 35 minutes. It's an early finish today. Might be a bit of overspill, but Igor's got to leave at 1:45. Greg and I might stay on a bit longer if we've got something left to do. So I'm going to speed run the What's Hot. That was Igor, and this is visuals. Yes, no. I'm absolutely nailing this. Look at that. Wow.
Here's the weather.
Asshole. If you want to get your hands on this bundle, go to oblivionunderground.com. There is, if you use the code Oblivion Show, or one word, at checkout, you'll get a discount. And there's not many of these pre-orders left. It's closing, and it's going to be manufactured, and it'll be shipped in the middle of June. So don't sleep. Grab a record. Grab everything. Give me your money. I need to pay for the vinyl pressing because it was dead expensive. Nice one. Right, next up, we've got the What's Hot.
What's hot?
First up on What's Hot, we have got new music from Tripped and KLAKMATRAK. This is, well, I think it says asshole, doesn't it? Constipated mix. Let's go.
Are we going to kiss with our assholes, or should I kiss your asshole? What do you prefer? Kiss my fucking ass, you asshole motherfucker.
Nice stuff from Tripped and KLAKMATRAK. That's actually out tomorrow on Madback. I've put a link in the chat. Now, also, it's worth me mentioning, and Francis has asked me to mention, that he has got upcoming event in Ghent in the Belgiums in next week. Tripped versus Matt Green, Miro and Kotsak Clan, KRTM Hardcore, Wildhouse, KLAKMATRAK, Vortal and Mathlovsky. Should be a really good party. You should definitely go and check it out. Next up, we have got KRISTA Bourgeois with Beginning of the End. Awesome stuff from KRISTA on Prospect, 4-track release, beautiful red vinyl. You should definitely check that one out. Next up, we have got DITHER, Rave Machine, the Cancel remix. Let's go. Awesome stuff. Cancel, aka Ignian System, on remix duties there for DITHER's Rave Machine. That's been released on Thunderdome Music as part of DITHER's Is Gabba album. Go and check that out. There's a bunch of cool stuff on there. Next up, new JIPE, New Armor Unlocked.
If you looked at your background, you had a nervous breakdown and lost your mind. You should have given up by this point. You should have thrown in the towel on yourself already. You should have walked away by now. But there's something in your gut, in your heart, in your spirit.
Wait, don't you want to put on the new armor?
Shout out to Lars for the gifted subs in the chat. Big up, bro.
Let's step back into class.
house windows today.
You had a nervous breakdown and lost your mind. You should have given up by this point. You should have thrown in the towel on yourself already. You should have walked away by now.
Time goes.
Fuck these guys.
Wicked stuff from JIPE. Nice to see his name again. Lots of people in the chat saying they love it and using the word unhinged to describe his music. Fully agree. Next up, we have got Burr Oak on the Birds on Real remix duties. Let's go. All of the drops from Burr Oak. That's their remix of Trees Temps and Opson Birds Aren't Real, and that's on Cosin Production. Shout out to all crews. Next up, we've got a bit of E-dub. Just like a bit of E-dub. Tape 1. God, let's go.
Yeah.
Wicked stuff from E-Dub. Big up Alex for getting these ones out there. Shouts to Survival, of course. Shame that E-Dub is sunsetting that project, but yeah, nice to have these ones and very appreciative. Good shit all round. Next up, Ruckus, Slaughter the Drums.
And fear that the torture will come. I'm paranoid, guard here in my fortress with guns. I ain't have a choice, God, I was born in the slums. Paranoid. To shorten your lifespan. I make motherfuckers burn. I'm a fucking thunderstorm. I'm the motherfucking champ. I make your body disappear. You live your whole life in fear that the torture will come. I'm paranoid, guard here in my fortress with guns. I ain't have a choice, God, I was born in the slums. I ain't have a voice, God, till I slaughtered the drums. I make motherfuckers burn. I'm a fucking thunderstorm. All you hear danger, got a dream, make motherfuckers burn danger. All I see danger, all you hear is run. I'll make your body disappear. Stare death in the eyes.
Ruckus, Slaughtering the Drums. It's a 2-track EP, came out end of April on Motormouth. Wicked stuff, love it. Last up on the What's Hot, we've got a new track from Dolphin. This is Zwart Sharp, which means black sheep.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come. can get with that. You can get with the best way, you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I said, come on, with the best, this is kind of fat. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Wicked stuff, Greg, with your Zog kicky bassline thing. Yeah, man. You've got a trick there, haven't you? It's wicked. And that sounds, by the way, I know you already know, that sounds insane in a club. Ridiculous. When you played at the Deathchant night.
Them Zark kicks, man. It's like all I'm doing is because they're so full spectrum. What I'm doing is I'm sidechaining the break beats into the kicks rather than the other way around. Usually you'd kind of, you know what I mean? You duck the breaks and stuff so the kicks go through, but the Zarks is so big that you can punch the break beats through the Zark and you get this really clean, clicky, nice transient-y kind of thing. But you get all the weight and the rest of the sound of the Zark. So it kind of works doing it backwards. And it's kind of fun. It just gives it a really big, full sound. You need the transient though on the kick as well. Otherwise, it's just, you know, that big kind of Zark.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's what the kids love, right?
It's just fun.
Was
Fun
nice
technique to play around with.
hear some De La Soul inside.
Yeah, it was
Is it De La Soul or
no? It's Black Sheep.
okay?
Choice is George. Yeah, but
Alright.
I mean they were all part of the same crew.
I think so. Yeah.
There was De La Soul, Black Sheep. There's a whole load of Most Def came in a bit later, that mid '90s kind of what were they called? Something Nature? I can't remember, but kind of like they were a collective in the East Coast in the '90s, early 2000s.
Love this times in hip hop music.
Yeah, man,
when you played that at Deathchant, you should have seen on the stage behind you, Mike Redman was there, right? Yeah. And he was losing his fucking mind. And his boy, him and his boy that he was with, they were singing along to it. They were like rapping and like throwing shapes and like pointing at each other. They were like losing their mind to it. It was really a funny moment. But yeah, you're really good at doing that, Greg. It's like taking the best part of an element of something and making it your own. That's one of your signature tricks, and I really like what you've done. You've done it a couple of times with the Zorg bass thing, and
I did it with Narcan. I've done it with a couple of tracks, but it's just I think it's a really nice sound, but you've just got to work out how to make it your own, right? How to get it to fit into your own vibes. The same with anything, right? It's just it's fun.
Yeah, man. Kudos. All right. That was What's Hot. Some banging tunes out there. Big ups to all crew, all artists, all labels still putting out the good shit. We got 5 minutes, so I'm going to do these questions. So you are on the hot seat now, brother. Yeah, you ready? Speed run.
Spotlight.
Is that your wife calling you? Yeah.
I have to go, guys.
Question for Igor. Any more planned hard drive dumps on Bandcamp anytime soon?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Is that where you're Is that where you're archiving your music in case you lose a hard drive again?
This is the best way to archive my music, actually. Then I can generate a code for myself and just download it if I lose it.
For Igor, where in your time of making your music did you transition from your old breakcore sound to your hardcore stuff?
Ooh.
Again, because I didn't hear the question once again.
Where in your time of making music did you transition from your old breakcore sound to your hardcore stuff?
Actually, I was always into hardcore stuff. There was no like a transition between those two styles, you know. I just found out breakcore more fun for me at some moment to do because I could learn a lot new things doing breakcore. And then I just decided to go back to hardcore. It was just, you know, like a few days. I was like, okay, I did enough in breakcore and I felt like I have to move forward.
Yeah. You even did like a bunch of noise stuff on Hangers Liquid and stuff like that as well before that, right? If you,
Like,
by the way, guys, if
this
you
was called experimental speedcore.
yeah, yeah,
At this
guys,
time, yeah.
if you want to go into the big deep dive about Igor, that if you check the previous show out, we did the whole life story there. So go and check it out. It's on the Oblivion channel, like 4-hour show. So go and fill your boots over there. Next question. Question for all three of you. What's the most prized piece of vinyl you have in your collection?
I've got one.
Go on, Greg.
So I got, so many years ago, some of you know I used to have a record shop and stuff like that. In 1995, I got, and I think there was only 100 of these made, and I could be wrong, but a 3-part DJ Shadow 10-inch blue vinyl, and it was a Mowax super duper promo. As far as I understand, it was all like there's 3 records, and you put them side by side, and Shadow had spray painted DJ Shadow across the 3 vinyl.
Whoa!
So you put them next to each other, and it was like, I think there was only 100 of them in the world that you did hand sprayed like that, and that's all on blue vinyl. So that's probably one of my favorites, one of my most specials, my precious.
And I have a few records from Polish jazz records from 70s, which are quite rare. One of them is the first press of Komeda Astigmatic release. And I have a mined copy of it. And also there's a Polish guy, hip-hop guy called Fish. He's somewhere between jazz, funk, and hip-hop. Usually his releases are very small. Like he released like 200 vinyls, maybe. They are those vinyls are usually sold out in like 1 hour. So I was lucky to get one of his releases, and this one is in my collection. So I think those few releases are like the most precious for me.
For me, I would say probably this one, this vinyl. It's available on oblivionunderground.com, and it glows in the dark. It's beautiful.
and this one is nearly sold out.
Yeah, nearly sold out on no represses. That's it. And it's by Igor, one of my favorite producers of all time. Next question.
Never heard about this guy.
Op equals op, as they say in the Netherlands here. You see signs that say op equals op. When it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. Igor, do you have a gig in Austria next time?
Nothing planned yet, but I'm still in a contact with guys from Austria, with my friends. So maybe later this year.
With Paulie.
Possible, yeah.
Okay, Igor, you said you quit your day job to do music full time. What did you plan to do to live off music, gigs, tracks, sample packs, mix master, etc.?
Actually, everything. I do hip hop beats. I just signed 2 beats for quite known Polish rapper. So actually, this is my main thing these days, to earn some money. Also, I do mastering things. Also, I work on several projects that I can't say what it is. But yeah, I have a lot of things to do. Finally, and fortunately, because there was a moment when I wasn't sure if I should stay inside the music business or should just quit. But I was lucky. So right now I can say that I have a lot of work to do in my studio.
Good shit. Good shit. Do think that might be it. Oh, hold on. No, that's not it. Sorry, I've got really terrible screen grabs. I'm not complaining, by the way, Jim. I do appreciate it. Drastic. Difficult to read them. When do you play in the Netherlands again?
No idea. I have
when he gets booked in the Netherlands again.
yeah. I have no idea since I left Masters of Hardcore, Most Wanted DJ agency. I have no bookings in the Netherlands. So I wish I could play really, but because I love to play in the Netherlands, but there's no chance so far.
Let's see if we can fix that, eh?
Yes.
You were planning on starting a collab with DJ Hidden last time you were on the show. Did anything happen with that?
I started to do something, but then, you know, I had this bad feelings about the music industry. So I just forgot about this project. Not because of Noel, because I love him and very respect what he did. But yeah, I think I'm ready again to collaborate with everyone from the scene that I really love. So yeah, this might happen one day.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for answering the questions. Thank you, chat, for the questions. I'm sorry to anybody, especially Alex there, that for music that I've missed or anything that I've cut out of the show. We had to do a quick show this time. So sorry, but next time. Next show guest will be CatScan. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier on. So get your submissions in for the New Blood. That's going to be end of June, maybe beginning of July. I'm just locking the date in with Bart. I think that's it.
Jeff gone in 2 weeks.
Jeff gone in 2 weeks, indeed. And Tripped's event next week. By Igor from Oblivion. That's an important message for today. I think that's it. Bro, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
Lovely to have you on, man. Lovely to see you again. Hope
we
we
need
bump into you at a gig soon.
We need to do a thumbnail for the thumbnail. So do your best thumbnail pose.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, hold on. I have to be careful with my arm. Right. Okay. Right. Great stuff. Greg, I need you to introduce the something different.
The madness that is the last video that anyone will ever see before their eyes burn out. It's a Japanese person called Toriina, who makes really crazy stuff from squeezing cats over GABA kicks to breakcore and weird J-pop 8-bit madness. It's a bit of everything. This is definitely one of her more approachable videos. But some of them are really weird. Definitely worth checking out if you like kind of weird, awesome Japanese stuff where suddenly you're in breakcore world out of nowhere.
Okay, I'm going to play that. And before I go and check out the artized album on Survival. I feel dead guilty that I didn't play it. Alex is really crying at me. Sorry, Alex, but I didn't have time. Right. See you later, everybody. Good evening.
Bye.
Take care.
Love
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Bye.
You